Should we do Carm's notes ahead of?
Let's do it.
All right.
Waiting on Nick from New Jersey, so we will knock out my favorite segment of the show.
I got some little deep dive here right at the start on Carm's notes. Trenton Gill teeing off today with the smiling Trenton Gill, and then they zoom over to Justin Fields, and he looks miserable before the game started.
I was wondering if you saw that.
Yeah,
I said something to Braggs because you were actually, I think, on the other side of the studio, and I was like, okay, that's a great sign.
He looked so unhappy, like he needed to go to the bathroom or just
right before the game too. Fields, he's just got that face.
What was your theory you brought up later in the game?
I don't want to say.
You don't have to say the exact words, but you could explain it.
Yeah, because they panned to him before the game, and he looked miserable before the game even started. You made a joke, like, look at him, he already looks miserable. Then at one point in the game, he goes back to the sideline after unsuccessful drive. He looks miserable again on the sideline, not really talking to anybody, not looking at the iPad or anything, and I'm sure they do that. But then, Kevin was like, if we're talking about, demeanor with our quarterback, it's over for him. And I was just like, well, maybe he just has that resting B face, I don't want to say it, maybe he's just got that face, like he's actually focused, but it looks like he's pissed off.
It's the resting Bears quarterback face. Cutler had it. Foles
resting
had it.
bear face.
Trubisky had it. I mean, everybody in that seat has had it.
Yeah. Resting bear face.
Moses,
that's it.
That's what you meant by B, right?
Yeah. Resting bear. You just left out the QB face. We talked about it earlier, but I just wrote down the red zone thing. 19 runs, 1 pass. Come on, man.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then the good-looking kicker, Michael Badgley, that was underlined in the room. So were some early goings.
By the way, I just want to say, we don't really know what's going on with Cairo Santos, but just hope everything's all right. I mean, anytime a football player is missing a football game for personal reasons,
not good.
It's just
something's up.
Best to him and whatever is going on there with his family or whatever it is. We really don't know. Don't want to speculate, but hey, at least Michael Badgley came in and did his job. So it'll be interesting to see how that's handled this week at Hallis Hall. I did mention pregame. Badgley was in a similar situation last year with the Colts. Not only did he handle his duties perfectly in his first game, but then he stayed. He was there for the rest of the season, I think.
That'd be really surprising with how well Cairo has played. But, hey, he certainly showed himself to the rest of the NFL that he's capable of knocking it through. So congrats to Badgley, and good luck to Cairo on, again, whatever's going on. I wrote down Kyler Gordon did not get off the block on the Daniel Jones touchdown. Some good deception from the Giants there. Valus was cracked on his first ever return. On the deep ball to Mooney, Adam Hoge, Jugs machine worked on the 56-yarder. Of course, the Moondog was working with the Jugs machine after the game last weekend. Hoge having a heart attack right after that. They're running 2 plays, running Saquon and the boot with Daniel Jones screaming at the Bears to figure out what was going on. Justin Fields in his 3rd and 6 pickup on the ground. Made the notes here today. Congratulations on. I thought Fields was just better in the pocket, better getting out of there. The fumble that Fields had, Braggs was the first guy who was calling it, screaming out, "Get on it!" And
the Bears fumble, that nobody picked up. You were all over that one.
Yep.
Well, I just always am going to have flashbacks when Julius Peppers didn't pick up that fumble against the Packers in a pivotal game, and it's like, it just drives me crazy. Pick up the ball. What's the worst that can happen? It's incomplete. You go on to the next play.
I think
pick up the damn ball.
Every Bears player for eternity should have to watch that play every single.
Cost us a playoff.
Like every single
appearance.
Every single Saturday before the game. Before every game, they should have to play that play just so it drilled into everybody's head, and obviously it cost the Bears today.
Speaking of that level of Hoge right there, Saquon should have been tackled in the backfield by Nicholas Morrow, missed him, and Hoge immediately, this is bad, as he was getting out of there.
As soon as you miss that tackle, you know you're screwed.
Yeah, before he even came past the line of scrimmage.
He was still running backwards.
Like, this is going to be bad.
This is a problem.
I was like, no. And then he went for 30 yards.
Flu's timeouts at the end of the half was just a major, major disappointment. Also, Bragg's late in the second half corner out, safety out, fucking rip it. Talking to the quarterback out loud, that was a moment of disappointment.
There were still a couple moments in this game.
Yeah.
One of those.
They had a corner and a safety out, and they in the second half depleted secondary, and they only threw it for 17 yards, I think, in the second half.
Come on. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That can't happen. And then what was the one play where he Fields rolled out to the right? He had the guy on the sideline he tried to throw it to, and like before he threw it, I'm like, you already threw it too late. And the safety came over and got it.
Yep.
You got to throw it earlier.
Right, on the sideline to Pettis.
Yes, that's what it was.
Right at the goal line. Yep.
Yeah.
And the safety came over and broke it up, and it was like,
Because
throw
there's
the ball.
Right, because there's those moments that you got to put them on Fields if you're going to be fair with this. But then there's other moments like when it's third down, they're just blitzing the house, and we can't pick everybody up, and he's taking a beating back there. So the chicken or the egg? Fuck the chicken and the egg.
That's right.
There we go. Moving along. Start of the second half. It's a one-score game. Adam Hoge, they have to score a touchdown here. If they don't score a touchdown here, they lose. Well, they didn't score a touchdown, and they did lose. And then there was the they rushed 3. This is going to be bad moment, but on that play, actually, Justin had the completion to Darnell Mooney. Hoge did not you didn't trust the quarterback.
Which one?
The Giants were rushing 3. They were like, they're rushing 3. This is going to be bad.
Oh yeah.
And then he threw a completion to Mooney.
That was bad defense
Little sidearm.
by the Giants. How are you going to drop 8 and not account for Darnell Mooney?
Yeah.
So credit there to Justin for and Mooney for finding the open space in the zone, and Justin for hitting them.
I wrote
That's a
down
big play.
Yeah, I wrote down the Justin Jones encroachment because it's rare that you see a player encroach and then not stop and just keep running along. Like I thought that was just an interesting. Like, where are you going there, Justin Jones?
He said he was trying to send a message.
He was just wanted to growl at them. Jaquan Brisker containing Daniel Jones. Then he gave the shh. And I was kind of like, you've not done that all day. I don't know if you get to anyone right now. But he did. It was a good play. He shushed him. Let's see here. Right before that, Kenny Pickett was picked. Trubisky was out. At that point, it was, by the way, 14-12 with 4:23 left in the third quarter. Director, head of content, Kevin Kada, at that a little bit later after that. One day we will tell our children that we watched this game.
I will not.
Yeah, that was.
I will not tell my children.
I'll save it.
They were probably watching it, but the 1-year-old's too little to remember it, so I'll
save Addison.
I'll
the
never bring it up.
sadness.
Yeah.
She'll be watching with brighter days at Arlington Heights.
I won't tell Poppy the puppy. Tyrod, when he came in, they'll keep the same game plan because they know the Bears can't.
Well, that was an interesting moment because it turns out Daniel Jones clearly couldn't really move. So, but I was wondering if it was actually like kind of debatable if he could come back in, and I thought it was big because they at that point they were killing the Bears on his ability to boot and play action. And if his ankle's dinged and you can't do that, then I thought it was 100% the right decision to bring Tyrod Taylor in the game, which I think obviously played into that. And then Tyrod got his head taken off on a play, so then he had to leave. Then the Bears lost to a team who didn't have a quarterback.
Team that didn't have a quarterback. The Dante Pettis drop is on here. The Roquan Immoral tackles, missed tackles are on here. So is the Jalen Jones missed tackle. And then we wrap up the notes today